Hi everyone, welcome on board to Helper.tv, where you get the reliable news that is tailored for you, and of course where you can actually comment and interact. I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel, and if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.
The ruthless jihadist terrorist group, you've been reading about them. They kidnapped the young girls and young women, many of whom never are seen again. Finally, we're deeply concerned by religious violence in Nigeria, including the burning of churches and the killing and persecution of Christians.
Welcome back. As you all know that one media aide to the president, Muhammadu Buhari, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, once said that the United States of America is not concerned about what is happening in Nigeria, as they have their own, pot to boil. They have their own pot to cook whatever they are presently cooking. In fact, he even pointed at the president, that's the United States President, Donald Trump, having issues as regards his personal impeachment and the impeachment and all of those stories, his own personal battles to face. And he said Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Another of the media representative of Buhari, she also said certain words in line with that, and all of them were very, their mouth was very smooth, like oil, and they were saying a lot of things. At the end of the day, this was at the height of Omoyele Sowore and also of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's issue. Now, having said that, these are revolutionaries. Now, let us leave that part and go back to the people that are facing certain battles. And what is this battle? A battle that they never called for, or because they are unfortunate to be in a certain location at a particular time and they were born in a particular location. I'm talking about the people, the internally displaced people. Now, a lot of people might be in their house now. You go to school, you come out of your home and you do activities that you might want to engage in. But do you know that there are internally displaced people somewhere, camped somewhere? Probably they are from the middle belt of Nigeria. Some of them are Christians, some of them are Muslims. And, it's like this issue of terrorism is so bad that they kill Muslims like themselves, kill Christians, and they attack whoever comes across along their path. Now, this same group of people are the ones that this administration is granting them a form of reprieve, a kind of amnesty. Now, a lot of Nigerians have come out angry at this, and they are not happy with this. And hopefully, Donald Trump has advised the president and he has spoken. Hopefully, he accepts this advice that has been given to him. I thought that the same, of course, we know terrorism is a global issue, and there is no country that has eventually, finally shut down terrorism as it keeps growing in one form or the other. But then there are ways to curtail terrorism. It is once said by a general in Nigeria, and that is no other than Abacha. He said, if any form of insurgency continues for more than 48 hours, you should know that the government is involved, as it doesn't take that long for them to shut down any form of insurgency. Now, it started with insurgency. From insurgency, it became terrorism, and they've grown wings. You need to see the sophisticated weapons that these terrorists, ISWAP and the rest of them, they take around, to fight and all of that. Recently, we heard that 11 Eloxes were just brought into Borno State. How did that 11 new Elox get into Nigeria? Those are questions that begs for answer. Recently, one other terrorist was, picked, and he confessed. They said there were certain helicopters that came in. Now, is it from the military or where? And comes to supply them water, comes to supply them food. Now, these are the things that we need to look into. During the Civil War, the way the soldiers, the military, the Nigerian military tried to stifle or shut down the Biafrans is by shutting off food supply. Question is this: how is it possible for the Boko Haram to be well fed and to even feed their captives? How are they eating? Because they have to, of course, generally you need to have food for you to have strength to fight. Why are they not shutting down the food flow? Why are they not monitoring water? How does all of these things get to them? Yes, we know that most of the time these Boko Haram members, they come out and attack military barracks, they steal food items and do stuff like that. Yeah, they do these things too, we know that. And most of the times they attack military barracks that they know that are weak. Why are they weak? Now, Donald Trump recently sold to the Nigerian government some military helicopters to fight this same Boko Haram. Billions were expended into this. Till date, these young men that have put their lives on the line are still complaining that they do not have weapons that can combat the menace of Boko Haram. Boko Haram make use of the internet. They have drones. They have even military drones. They have military drones that they use. And they have just all forms of gadgets. Most of them have gone to train outside in some of these Arab countries. But how are they able to go to these countries without the security officers getting to know? These things are not possible. Why? Recently, Baba Gana leaked a memo. A memo was leaked that Baba Gana wrote, and he directed this to the service chief. Now, question is this. Was Buhari trying to make sure that no other form of infiltrator gets to know what is happening so that he can fight terrorism? What is the issue? What is the point here? He said Abba Kyari sits down to talk to the security chiefs and all of the ministers attached to them without having any discussion or calling in the Ministry of Defense or even the National Security Advisor. And this brought out a lot of arguments and issues. Okay, yesterday they had a meeting in which Buhari presided over, probably to discuss the issues of security as it is now in Nigeria. The fight against Boko Haram in Nigeria, it's becoming so complex. It's becoming so complex. To shut down Boko Haram is not a big issue. Now, some will say, oh, you are just speaking because you are not there in front of facing the battle. I'm talking about strategy. There are certain approaches to fight terrorism, such as the one we have in Nigeria. First, they said they are located in Sambisa Forest. Second, they claim that there are certain locations, human shield that they use, meaning they stay in towns and villages amongst people without you knowing that they are terrorists. And they pass information here and there, and they move back and forth. Yes, these are the two forms of operations or ways that terrorists reside. First, they have a place that is secluded. Then they reside amongst people. Those are the ways they operate. Now, the strongest hold of these terrorists is in Sambisa Forest or somewhere. Why is it not possible for certain satellites, EBHs, to capture the activities of the terrorists for just a month? With that details, with that data, they can be able, with the video footages, they can be able to track to see who is supplying them what and how they are moving. But like I said, there are certain saboteurs, even in the military, they cannot be trusted as they are benefiting from terrorism. They are benefiting from it because money is allocated, money is given to them to fight terrorism. So if the terrorist activities end, they don't have money to make. So these are the issues that we need to look into when, it's a very terrible situation here. Now, some of them are saying they don't want Nigeria to break apart because they won't be able to fight terrorism. They won't be able to fight the terrorists. That is the reason why they want Nigeria to keep together so that the Southerners can lay their hand, lay their lives, put their lives on the line and die for nothing. What a shame. So that is Donald Trump actually advising the president on the issues of terrorism. I'm not even talking of economic issues, as Buhari cannot handle that. He doesn't have the technical or the knowledge of that. Let's just leave that aside. Let's say Buhari is, we thought, as other people thought, that Buhari being a major general, at least before they claimed that he's dead, before they claimed that he died, at least the Buhari that was alive, 2015, people thought he was a military general that would understand how to shut down terrorism. But then there are a lot of things that have been attributed to him, where he said a fight against Boko Haram is the fight against the North. These are words that have been attributed, allegedly, to the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, dead or alive. So these are things that are haunting a lot of people. Weapons of mass destruction, who knows, might be the next point of call for these terrorists. And they will use it. They will use it. They are growing wings every now and then. Recently, we heard that they went in and slaughtered some groups of people just like that. And aside that, recently again, we heard another news, very disturbing news, of a military, one of the military personnel, an army, shot 4 or 3 of his fellow soldiers and shot himself. there on combat. So when you look at this, is it that they've recruited Boko Haram into the army, or these young men are suffering from PTSD, or are they going through trauma because they realize that it is so painful that my brothers and sisters, the ones that we all went into this military training together, they are dead. I've lost this, I've lost that. Yet this government is granting mercy, amnesty, reprieve to the same people that are killing us. And afterwards, when we die, what comes to us? Nothing. So they get frustrated. This is not the first time that a lot of them have run away anyway. So I hope this dead or alive Buhari listens to the advice and understands what is happening. So that's what it is. If you think other nations are not watching, they are watching. It's just that at the end of the day, the ball is right there in your own court to play it. And people have called for one thing, nothing else. Break away the country. Let the South stay by themselves. Let the North stay by themselves so that everyone can grow at their own pace. It's quite unfortunate that we don't choose where we are born. The people in the North, I'm talking about some of them that are unfortunate to be in that situation. Of course, we know that some of them are promoting and supporting these satanic activities. Some of them are there and there's nothing they can do. They are just there. Anyway, that's what it is for now. What's your own take about this? Let us meet at the comment section. And if you're already a member of this channel, I say a very big thank you for the support. And we can grow it together by you tapping on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. It will automatically make you a member of this channel. Thanks for stopping by.